Good day, my soul brothers and sisters, and welcome to your audio blogcast for Friday, December 2nd, 2016. Namaste. Well, friends, we are finally in December, and we're finally at the end of 2016. Oh my goddess, this year has been one of the most difficult personal years I have ever been through in my life. I certainly didn't predict it to be this difficult, but it has been. So if you feel the same way I feel, hallelujah, the year is nearly over. And I thought for your Friday treat, I would give you a little bit of a synopsis of how this year will end up. Since it's been so tumultuous and difficult, I want to give you a little rest assured that the hard part is over, and the last of the year is going to be somewhat us coasting, and that's true. But first, let's talk about today and what's going on today and give you some guidance for the day. Today, integrity rules the day. Now, when integrity rules the day, it means God universe is setting sort of a benchmark. Like, this is where we want to be, is at this mark. Just so you know, most of us do not feel at that mark. Okay, so today's a day where you will feel the way things should be, and you will see the way things are. And I don't know if you're like me, but I start wigging out when I see things should be a certain way and they're not. So this is definitely kind of an honorary Virgo day where everyone is an honorary Virgo. The sun is at step 11, Sagittarius, and Mercury is at step 29. So those are the two 11 harmonics. Basically, you just have to kind of not let your mind take you off course today. You want to check with what real integrity is. Real integrity is, I feel okay, everything feels okay with me, so I'm not going to wig out or freak out. Your mind may be tested. Your patience may be tested. Your commitments and determination may be tested. Just an FYI. And if you fail the test, it's all good. It was only a test. Okay, so we are 11 days into Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is what we believe. So up until this step, really step 12, tomorrow on Saturday, once we hit tomorrow, we hit kind of that golden spot where we can start to believe everything's going to be okay. We can start to believe that we're going to be okay. And really believing is what it's mostly about. Once you believe you can be okay, you can start doing the real planning. So this weekend is really a shift of, we have dealt with the reality that life has changed. We've dealt with the fact that, there's a whole new, system of government in place. We've dealt with the fact that this has been a hard year. And starting next week, we start really creating plans for our future that we think will work. So giving you a little synopsis of the end of the year, starting next week, it's really about making plans for next year and starting to follow through with the consequences of believing different things. So we know different things now, we have different information, and we believe different things. That means that the rules are going to change and we're going to do different things. Now, we really don't go too far on this running free sort of thing because we have a Mercury retrograde smack in the middle of December. That's right, a Mercury retrograde. That's how I like to put it. Come December 18th, really into the 19th, Mercury goes retrograde. And this means that we basically start planning our life and going forward through the entire month of December going, okay, I think this is what 2017 is going to be about. I think this is how the year is going to wrap up. And then come about halfway through the month on the 19th, suddenly everything will just stop. So I feel like business will stop. And you may go, oh, it always stops every year this time with Christmas. Well, I mean, it really stops. I mean, for whatever reason, things will not be able to move forward and you'll be reconsidering the best thing to do. And so really the very last 2 weeks of the year of December is this retrograde energy where we're going to go back and think about, well, what should we do? What is the best practice? Where should I go? There'll be a lot of uncertainty, a lot of sidestepping, a lot of changing of plans. I would not be too surprised if President-elect Trump, makes a lot of changes or at least makes a lot of tweets that things will change really through the whole Christmas period. So I'm officially predicting Trump to be just off his tweet when Mercury is retrograde. He is a Gemini, let's not forget, and that begins on the 19th. So this will be some interesting popcorn watching presidential material, okay? What it means for you, my friend, is that, as of December 2nd today, you should be feeling sane about yourself, sane about your wherewithal, no longer questioning reality, but questioning what should I do in reality. Then really for 2 weeks, it is the exploration of what is the best practice. You'll be doing a lot of education of yourself in December, finding out new information, a lot of community building. That's a big theme I'm seeing too in the planets, where people are being introduced to people they haven't known before. There's a lot of desire for people to create communities now. There's a lot of desire for people to, wall off from the wrong communities. So I guess you could say that Christmas spirit, so to speak, this year will be kind of international. It'll be kind of eclectic. It's going to be, people are going to be really reaching out to fellow humans, looking for the people that believe the same thing they believe and are on the same page they are. So there's this need for common unity or community in those 2 weeks. And then Mercury goes retrograde. So it's almost like a blizzard comes in. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the states, the United States, do get kind of blizzard in with this Mercury retrograde, because it will mean a lot of internal processing of, well, what should we do next? What should be our next move? And this kind of internal questioning goes on until January 7th. So way into the new year or whatever. So I guess my advice is, plan all you want, do all of your Christmas community stuff before the retrograde, and then basically plan to sit back and do nothing officially until January 8th or so. Now, one thing that's interesting is learning keeps going. So Saturn starts the month at step 17 and goes all the way to step 21 when it starts to be fun. So literally on New Year's Eve, there is like a real wonderful spark of promise and hope for the coming year. So I do think that although we're in kind of a spiritual coma over the New Year's, we're kind of also, we have this twinkle in our eye about what's possible and what's truly where our potential is. The other thing that's going to go blazing forward is Jupiter in Libra. At the beginning of the month, we begin to have faith in ourselves. And from that faith in ourselves, we actually move into a new light with ourselves as far as beginning to trust ourselves. In fact, what's really interesting is Jupiter on New Year's Eve is also at step 21 when it starts to get fun. So that 21st degree in my little step astrology analysis is a very exciting degree, and it's happening in two major planets, Saturn in Sag and Jupiter in Libra. So I believe that we're going to feel this jubilee of potential at the end of the year and on New Year's Eve. So I recommend you make plans to go have fun, but officially you will have no clue as to what's going to actually happen. In fact, skipping ahead into January just a little, it actually, just coincidentally, the planets don't show real movement until after the presidential inauguration. Coincidence? I don't know, but you can at least know to yourself that once the Mercury retrograde hits, which is around the 18th, business is done. So get your important things done in early December and connect to your people while you can, but expect to be growing on the inside the entire time. And Mars, which is currently in Aquarius, just to kind of wrap this up, all of your Aquarius ideas and everything, they're all completed by the time Mercury goes retrograde. So between now and mid-December, dream big, think big, plan big, go for it. The universe is giving a complete green light to run with your heart and where your dreams are. So I hope that helps you, friend. Today, just to wrap up, it's about integrity. Just finding your integrity, finding your balance, keeping your sanity. And over the weekend, you really begin to transition into your real plans for what you want to accomplish. Have a great weekend. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be.